Welcome to Get a Bigger Wagon, which is a website that kind of grew bigger by accident. I'm Maureen Haddock. This is my husband, Gord Haddock, and we've been married for 50 years. When do you think you gave me this little outline?
My best guess was probably in the 80s, would be my guess.
I think he had the list in the 80s, but it was 1998 when he presented me with 75 little incidents out of his life that probably made him the man he is today.
Yeah, these are stories. Well, they weren't really stories till you made them stories.
They were one-liners.
They were one-liners about incidents of basically my misspent youth and things that you never told your mother. We had enough material actually for 2 books, plus probably a third, but the third book would have gotten into incidents that you didn't want our grandkids to perhaps emulate. So Maureen wrote 2 different books. When my mother received the books and read them, she was somewhat shocked and would phone me every other day and said, "Gordon, you didn't really do that, did you?" And you know, the cat was out of the bag, as they say, and yes, Mom, I did.
So, Get a Bigger Wagon was the name we gave the first book. And it has a collection of stories, and at the end of each experience, which would have started with very few words, but I interviewed my husband every night to get it out of him what really happened, and he has a photographic memory for those years. So at the end of the story, I asked him what he possibly could have learned from that experience, and it's his one-liners, his answers that people remember. They don't remember that I wrote the book at all, but I'm okay with that a little bit. Anyway, that clearly from 1998 is when you gave me this paper to 2005. It took us a while to give birth to this first one. Then we did a sequel called Get an Even Bigger Wagon, and I began reading stories to children and realized that because I am a school teacher by education, I love the kids that are a challenge and that are a little bit spirited, but no one could really answer why we called it Get a Bigger Wagon, which is embedded into one of the stories. So we made a comic that we could share with kids, and it has the 2 stories that relate to the title and explained well for anybody who missed it. So we've had fun with that. We've gone one step further now with the Edwards School of Business. Yeah,
we now have, in association with our Haddock Entrepreneurial Speaker Series, we now have, I guess, a contest for young entrepreneurs. And basically, when we first started it, it was from ages 7 till 15, 3 different age groups. And now we've expanded right up to 18. So we have kids from grade 1 to grade 12, and different prize levels for each category. The kids are amazing. The dreams they have and the businesses, and it has to be an active business making money. Their business ideas, their business skills are way beyond their years. And it's so much fun to talk to them and to see the excitement in their eyes, because at the reward ceremony at the university, we actually pay them in cash, in $50 bills. And we think that's important because kids are losing the association between work and money. And they see things done on phones, they see checks and all that sort of thing. But the real taste of holding money in your hand lights their eyes up.
It does. It lights your eyes up.
That's fun for me.
You know, one thing I've noticed too is the accomplished entrepreneurs that speak at the Haddock Entrepreneurial Speaker Series usually have had a childhood business, haven't they? Yeah. And so the young entrepreneurs get to listen to a successful older entrepreneur, and I think the older entrepreneurs totally enjoy watching the little children receive, and the bigger kids receive their prizes too.
Yeah, as common traits, you can see, almost predict if that kid or child or young person is going to be entrepreneur when they grow up, because you can see the fire in the gut, as it were, and you can see with the follow-up. We talk to the kids in the years after the awards and what they're doing, and they're continuing on and they're doing amazing things.
Some of them have written books.
Yes, two of our first two groups of young entrepreneurs wrote books.
And there's probably other surprises. You learn something. I love keeping in touch with the winners. I really do. If you know somebody who might like to enter the competition, it's every year starting September 1. It closes December 1. And Get a Bigger Wagon on Facebook always has extra information. Plus, this website has current information all the time.
So if your children are spirited, such a nice word.
I use spirited. Yeah, it's a better label than many.
Yes. Pain in the derriere.
Much as my husband was for his mother.
I was creative, is what I was. I was making my own fun and my own money.
And if he thought it, he did it.
Sometimes with dire consequences.
Yeah.
But
well, no, they were just learning experiences.
yes, that's another good word.
Yes, learning experience. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the website.
Come on down, find out about our speakers. You'll get a real education just by listening to all the speakers' speeches, and watch the kids, because you're going to see those kids in the future. They're going to run successful businesses.